my crafty friends, this is Yvonne and I'm back with you today to show you another of my little creations that I'm hoping that maybe you guys, it'll inspire you guys to make one for a friend, a teacher, a neighbor, a paper person, whatever. Maybe even for yourself, because after all, you deserve the very best, and this is so cute, and it is the very best. This is inexpensive to make. It does not take long whatsoever. I'm going to show you, obviously they're movable items in the bottom there, so it's not meant to be bent over, but just for you to see how easy it is to make with some snow, and something that can be given to anyone. Stick around. I'm going to show you exactly how I made this. Okay, so what you're going to need in order to make this cute little jar, Christmas jar, is the following. You're going to go to your local dollar store, and if you don't, well, maybe you can find it somewhere else, but you're going to need a jar from the dollar store, and this could be it could also be a mason jar. I particularly like these little, I don't know what they call them, cookie jar or whatever, from the dollar store. That was $2.50. I'm in Canada, from my dollar store, for this little jar. And you're going to also need, these are from the dollar store also. They're the little Christmas lights, and they're 30 LED micro dot lights. Mine are all different colors, if you can find all the clear, and that's what, I didn't look for any particular clear ones. I just picked up what was there. So there could very well be. And I also bought at the dollar store the batteries, which is, I'm not sure how much, because I threw the package out and I used a few for here. There were 5 for, I don't know, might have been $1, whatever. And I also bought, because I couldn't find no snow, I bought these. These are the vase fillers. They're where the plant vase stuff is, and that was $2. It's clear beads. I thought if I can't use it for that, I can always use it for shaker cards, because I wasn't quite sure how that was going to turn out. And this, and you need very little, because you can tell that's what I used. And I want to put some sparkle in it. If you have snow, more power to you, but I used some extra fine iridescent glitter that I had. I forgot that was open. Now, you're going to say, where did you get your little truck? Well, you know that trucks, Christmas trucks are in, everything is in that way. So I got the idea out of this. I enjoy these books. I buy them. They're not cheap, but I do, for what I get out of them, I truly enjoy, and sometimes I just like to sit down and read it and see what's coming up and so forth. This is where I got the little truck. This unit here, Simply Cards Crafts, it's a UK, and I get them in from the UK. That way there I can get some of the latest ones right away. And what I did, I just stapled a pocket inside in order to keep everything that comes with it inside. So I received that little die, so that was great. And this folder, which was great again. And a whole bunch of little stamps, which are super adorable. Super, super, super adorable. And this is what I've used to create this particular object. What I cut out a little truck, and then all I did was take a little gold pen, a silver pen, and I went around these here, and then I took my Prismacolor little black pen here, marker, and I went around the tires. That's the only thing I did that was different on this one. And Santa's Workshop is the same thing, is the stamp from that collection. These are the little trees that are from that collection, and I just stamped them. And there's a little star, and I stamped them, and I just took a white chalk marker and I just did a little bit of looking like snow. And this is different than that one there that I just showed you, but this is, I've done this on a piece of vellum, and I don't know what it's going to look like lit up because I've never done one, but I thought it was really, really sweet. And I thought, well, you'd see right through it, because you got to make the back, or you should, you know, it's going to stand out. So I want the back to look as good as the front so much, you know. So this is what I did here. And I colored them with my Copics. These are the colors. This is B02, the one here, B02. But these are the colors that I used. And you know what vellum is like when you paint with Copics. It's so pretty. You can have so many effects. It's so easy. So this is what I'm going to do. So let's get started. I am going to take my jar, and I'm going to take all the paper out of it. Now you can do different things. You can use your hot glue gun if you want. I broke mine, and my other one tends to want to string a lot. Even if I put some petroleum jelly, it still strings. So I think it's just not getting hot enough. Okay, so first I'm going to decide what side I want my jar to glow. So this is how I want it here. And I painted a lot of these beforehand to make the video, try to make the video as quick as possible. So it's going to look like this from the inside here. Now, I want to build that. And in order to build that, you're going to need to stick your little truck in there. Well, how do I stick that, you're wondering, right? You're going to take a little piece of paper. This is just about 1/4 of an inch. And I just use my scrap. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to take it, fold it like this, okay? And then I fold half of it, and I make like my legs like this. So this is how it looks, if you can tell. Okay, it's that simple. Then you can take some glue if you like. I'm going to take a mini dot, because that's what I have right here, and I think it'll go faster. And I'm going to close it up, so now it can't open up. Now I'm going to put a piece of glue dot right on this side, and I am going to add this just behind the tire here. And this is what I have. Okay, so this is going to stay. Now I personally want to cut two. I want to put one in the front, one in the back. That's entirely up to you, because as you can tell, one stands it up. But just if they shake with the snow, I have grandkids and they tend to put their finger sometime where they shouldn't. And they're always there to explore, so they will, I guarantee you, shake this bottle. And I want the truck to stay and not lean over. So once I do it, I want to do it, and that's it. So there you go. There's my truck. It's standing up perfectly. Now I want to add it in here. So you're wondering, how am I going to add it in there? I'm going to use the same method. This time here, I'm going to use a little bit of the bigger glue dots. But again, you can use whatever you like. Now the one that I have right there, I used my glue gun. It's not going to glue any harder than this here, because there's not enough heat. There's no heat really coming off of those lights, that it's going to need to have something that's going to stay. You know, you just need something that's going to keep it up. It's not going to melt the glue. So now you just put your lovely little hand in here, and you lay your truck the way you like to. Just like that. That's how simple it is. See, I already have my truck in there. That's how simple that is. Now I'm going to play with my other stuff. I have a little Christmas tree here. Oh, I forgot to put the Christmas tree behind the truck. Well, that's easy enough, because all I'm going to do is add a glue dot here, and I'm going to sit in. It would have been easier for me to put it, yes I know, if I would have done it before, but I didn't, so I'm going to add it right now. There, that wasn't too hard. There's my truck, and there's, sorry for the glare guys, there's the tree behind. Alright, so now I'm going to add a little star, which is a little die that I had with the truck, and I'm going to add the star to the top of the tree. And I printed out one of the trees. It was a dressed up little tree here. So I am going to take my little star here, and I'm going to add a glue dot. It fits so well. And I'm going to add the star on top like that. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add again another little stand. I'm going to make another little stand for this little guy. They're so easy to make that, you know, a piece of scrap, so don't ever throw your little scraps thinking, oh, that's too small, because I'm telling you, they come in handy. I saw this, and I saw it done in a mason jar, and I thought it was the cutest little thing. And I also saw in the book here, it shows it done as a, in a glow ball, snowball glow. I haven't seen those, but apparently those snow globes, you can buy them, not done. I didn't have one, and I don't go to town all that much, so I didn't really do a big search. I suppose I could have maybe found it, but I didn't. So this is good to go. This is my little tree, and I put a little dot in the back. I should have maybe, I'm going to put two because I should have put a bigger one, but use whatever you have because it's going to work. This is a perfect project too for your kids, to do with your kids if you didn't want to make it, you know, well, fancy or not. Some kids are so talented, it's incredible. But it's so easy to do. And can you imagine on a Saturday just doing this to pass the time with your child? Your child would be so excited. And maybe you want to give your child, tell them you're going to make a gift to give to their teacher. Wouldn't that be special? They'd be loving that, and the teacher, I'm sure, would so appreciate it. But it's such an inexpensive craft. Like, I mean, even today when you buy sometime your spaghetti sauce, you end up having some type of mason jar. You could use, actually, now that I think of it, why not use a regular jar? You know, that would work too. And I'll show you the way you would measure it if you have a different type of jar, and you want to know how would I measure that in order to fit in the jar. How do I know how big to cut the piece that's inside the background? I'm going to show you that. It's really simple, and then you can adjust it from there. What did I do here? Okay. Just take a ruler. You might need to get yourself a ruler from a sewing. Like, it needs to be a ruler, what I'm saying, that is bendable. And you're going to start from, let me put this down here. You're going to start from, I have a ruler here that I got at the dollar store, and I think it's awesome because it just bends, and so I can make, because sometimes I'm working and I'm playing with stuff, and it's around circumference here, so it's hard to take with just a steel ruler. I start approximately where it starts going down here, and I'll bend it down. So like this one here was 3 1/4 inch, and it fit perfectly. That's how I would measure. And as far as how wide, well, you know, you just take, okay, 12, and then I wanted it about half, so I went about 6 inches. You know, it's not rocket science, and it's just, you know, I'm not I'm not the kind of person that has to be exactly, because no two crafts are made the same, and that's what craft is. It's handmade. Now, if you wanted to, you could add some glue on the back of the scenery here. I don't. The only thing that can happen is it might roll this way or that way, but I don't, because I find, I don't know, I kind of like it that way, and I just don't like the tape showing on the back. You know, I'm trying to make everything as see-through as I can, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Almost done, guys. That's how quick it is. We are almost done. I'm going to put this tree down. Whoops. Oh yeah, it's there. Put this tree in here, and Whoopsie-doo, another one. How you guys making out with your crafts? I am coming along myself. I'm coming along pretty good at a good pace. I have 3 out of 4 journals done for my grandkids. I have 4 grandchildren, so I have 3 out of 4 done. And I'm going to start my other one later this afternoon. I like to have a break and make something different. You know, you kind of get I like changes. And I got all my swaps made because I am in a swap group, and I love the girls. I think they're wonderful, and I've been in that group for a couple of years, and I love the swaps. They're fun. They're fun, and it's nice to see what other people create and so forth. Okay, my little scenery is done, and let me show you. Let me show you my scenery. Look at this, guys. Can you see? I wish the glare wasn't there, but I can't take it out. There's the scenery before. See how cute that is? And all I did was glue it underneath the jar. That's how easy it is. That is so simple. So we're done with that part. Now we're going to add, and you can add whatever you want, but you're just going to, you can add as much as you want and as little as you want. You don't want to put too high, but then again you want to cover everything up. So I think that'll do it. I particularly like a little bit of sprinkle. If you have the fake snow too, more power to you. But I like to add some fake snow. And what I also did, and I thought I had taken it out. I remember now, I had taken some of my blue, the blue that I bought at Michael's in the children's. I don't buy the glitter where the craft stuff is. It's twice the price. Michael's, as we all know, is expensive enough. I buy it at I buy it in the children's craft department in the back. It's not as expensive, and it's fine glitter. It works. So I just like, because a snow in the winter has a touch of blue in it. So I kind of like that. And this is what my snow looks like at the end. And once it's all lit up, let's mix it up really, really good. There, I like it. I like it. And look, I don't know if you can tell without having it all, it's falling over, but it's just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. 3D. I have to get my son to fix me up with a camera that's facing it instead of having it on top, because this is just so cute. But I think being a crafter, your imagination knows how that works. Now, to do the inside here, there are different ways to do it. Me personally, time is going by, so I better mosey on. Me personally, I like the two-way tape. All I do is I take my two-way tape and I enter it into the cover, because you don't want it to you don't want your things to show too much, your wires. I mean, they'll show so much, but you don't want them hanging in there. So it's all I do, like that, okay? And I make sure my glue is well put into my lid. Pull up the two-way tape. Come on. There, like this. Perfect. And then I take my, there you are. There you are, my little guys. Take my little lights, and I open it up by just pulling out the tip here, like that. And I just kind of loosen it up. And you can normally do that by just kind of switching them over. Just keep opening your circle. Play with it until your circle is open. I'll put the battery while I think of it. I'll add the battery in here. Electronically, I am so clueless sometimes. Like, if there's a button that says push to open, I'll pull. I know, my husband teases me all the time. Just cracked it. Okay, so I'm going to put my batteries in there. And I'm going to add this back on. I do not like to have my my light switch on the inside because I find you always have to lift the lid. I have seen some that have done light fixture kind of theme, and I don't like it that way. I like mine to, okay, do I have a set here? I like mine to work. Let me see. I put the batteries the right way? Did I put the batteries? No, I didn't. Like that. And the positive like that. There you go. See? I have to laugh because, you know, some things are so, I'm not that clueless, but I just work a little fast, I guess. There. My goodness. You'd think I was wiring a shed or something. Gotta have fun. Okay, so here's my wires, and you can do one of two things. You can just pull them out like so, mix them up and pull them out, and glue them all on the inside. It exactly the same thing as if, now if you want to just roll it around and you know, make it nice and snug, that's up to you too. But this will work exactly the same. I like to take mine and put as less cording as possible. So I'm going to take a couple of glue dots here, and since I am going to, where's my glue dot? Here it is. And I'm going to glue that to the back of my jar. I find they stay there. I've done this before on other projects. And no, maybe not this one, but I go to my back at this point and I'll glue it on where I want it to stay. No. I haven't got it closed here. There you go. Now it's closed. So I'll put it in the back where I want it. No idea. So you put your glue dots. All right, so you put your glue dots and you just tape it into the back of your jar. Then what I do is I just run my wire and keep it as short as I can, sliding in the cover. I find that there's less wire, there's less chance of it kind of dropping and playing around. Now if you find that you can't keep him down for some reason, just take a piece of tape or glue dot or whatever, and just, all he needs is a bit of adhesive to hold it down. So it's not a big panic. It's not a, not that you panic, it's not what I mean, but it's not a big deal. As crafters, you know, sometimes we have to adjust really, really quick, and this is my way of doing it. And I'll just take off that, and I'll just glue it down. And as long as it sticks on the jar part, it'll stay put. See? That's how easy it is. So now I can close it. Now I am good to go. I have a beautiful little jar lit up, and it's full of snow. Oh, I love the background like that. It does make it different. Now, you're wondering what I'm going to do about this. Well, this here, it's up to you how you want to do it. It's a 2.5 inch. circle. I personally like to kind of just add different layers to it. Another thing that I got with this layer of paper, with that booklet, is a bunch of Christmas paper, as you can tell right here. Just beautiful, all different pages. And I have already used up some. Just awesome, just awesome. Just can't say enough. You get your money's worth, I'll tell you, even if you order it from UK. Okay, so now I'm going to want to have, what color would I put this? I want to have this here. So I'm going to do this one for the base, and I'm just going to cut up a circle. So that's my 2.5 inch. That's going to fit here. And I think I got a 2-inch punch that I am going to use up. What would I, oh, this would be pretty. No, that would not be pretty. Let me think. Should I put a solid on the bottom and then put it up? Could do that. No, I think I'm going to cut this up. I'm going to take my 2-inch punch. It's just a EK 2-inch punch, and I'm going to cut a little scenery out here. Oh, this one's adorable. Where's this one from? Delayed reaction, guys. Can I grab this all out of my punch? Oh yeah, I like that. Okay, so I like this little bench, so that's going to go up here. Now all I'm going to do is I'm just going to tape that in there. Like that. Add that in here. Like that. Add more tape. And center it. You could leave it like that if you really wanted to. You could add it like this. That makes one beautiful little jar. Now, as far as the sayings that I put on the other one, I said I put a reindeer crossing. You could put anything. I could add on sending love here. This is the one that I had cut out, so I'll go back to this one. Like this. And here comes Christmas. And all I did was cut it out. Fussy cut it out, that's all it is, but it's just a straight line. So it's not a big job to do. And I just glued it to the front, added a couple of bling pieces on the edge. You could add whatever you want. And it ends up being a really cute ornament for what, $2, $4, $5 maybe? And you can't buy anything for $5 today, for sure. So all I did was add some glue. I added enough glue on both sides because I didn't want it to, because it's not inside, I don't want it to show, like that. And I added it right in the center. Here it comes. You could put it up here too. I think I will this time around, just to see. Like that. That's beautiful. I love it. Love it. I love it when a plant goes together. And let me see here on my little jewels what I can muster up. Another little thing, guys. Bought at the dollar store. Those little acrylic boxes. Perfect to keep and separate your jewels. Just saying. Just saying. Just adding. I live halfway, just in a little town, so that's about the only thing we have is that dollar store. Other than that, I have to go into the city in order to get anything other or order. So I love my little dollar store. So I tend to go there enough. Now, another suggestion that I thought about after is I just added a couple of jewels to finish it off. But you could also add some jewels all the way around because there's like an elastic band on this one here. But I absolutely love it. I think it turned out extremely well. And I hope you liked it too, because It's not something that's hard to make, and it's a wonderful, wonderful keepsake. Hope you've enjoyed this little tutorial. I know that it was hard for me to bend it over for you to see perfectly how it goes, but I think you'll be able to tell that it's so simple, so simple. You know, it could you could do that with just about anything you have. Have yourself a wonderful craft today, my friends, and be creative, but most importantly, be happy. We'll catch you later on the next crafty day. Bye-bye.